President Biden made impassioned remarks last night about the massacre, expressing outrage at lawmakers who are blocking gun control measures that he believes would save lives.
These kinds of mass shootings never happen with the kind of frequency they happen in America. Why? Why are we willing to live with this carnage? Why do we keep letting this happen? Where in God's name is our backbone to have the courage to deal with it and stand up to the lobbies?
For more, we're going to bring in our chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, Robin. Good morning to you. So President Biden, listen to this. He had barely been on the ground for a little over an hour after that Asia trip before he had to make this address to the nation. And on top of that, this is the second time that he has had to deliver one of these in just the span of a week. You saw a president last night who was grieving, and you saw a president who was extremely angry. He has been talking about gun control for decades. In fact, as vice president, he was put in charge of the White House response to gun control efforts in the wake of that Sandy Hook massacre. And yet here we are. There has been little meaningful action on gun control taken by Capitol Hill in Congress in this city in nearly 30 years. The president has taken executive action on guns, but even he concedes there's not much more he can do on that front. So he is calling on Congress to act. He is saying, Robin, something has to change, but you and I know this. We've covered so many of these. It's the same plea we hear time and time again after one of these incidents.
So where do things actually stand, Cecilia, with lawmakers right now?
Yeah, so the Senate could take a vote on background checks at some point, but Democrats, they don't have the votes on that one. So we always say this. It's the same refrain. Gun control remains stalled on Capitol Hill. And look, Robin, there's frustration on both sides this morning. Just listen to the senator from Connecticut, who is from the state where that horrible Sandy Hook massacre occurred. Listen to him on the Senate floor yesterday.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Just days after a shooter walked into a grocery store to gun down African-American patrons, we have another Sandy Hook on our hands. What are we doing? There have been more mass shootings than days in the year. Our kids are living in fear every single time they set foot in a classroom because they think they're going to be next. What are we doing?
So then there's the flip side. This Texas Senator Ted Cruz, just hours after these 19 children and their teacher were murdered at school, blaming the media, blaming Democrats for politicizing the issue, saying in times like these, they try to restrict the constitutional rights of law-abiding citizens. So, Robin, guys, when you guys ask where do things stand in this city right now, I'll tell you where they stand. They stand in exactly the same place they have stood for decades, with these lawmakers facing this question: when will enough actually be enough? Is it 19 dead kids this time? Is that enough?
That's the question, Cecilia. Thank you. And there's got to be some common ground that can be found.
You would think, well, there's common ground among the American people. 80% of the American people support effective background checks on these gun purchases. There's no question about that.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.